Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life.
So today I want to talk a little bit about how when we double duty on things, it's a lot of work at the beginning, but it makes things easier in the long run. So I have a story for you. This story is actually sort of happening right now. So this weekend, I'm throwing two parties. And when I say I'm throwing two parties, I mean, I really wasn't throwing two parties when this happened. What happened was I was going to throw a baby shower for my cute sister-in-law, and that was happening on Saturday, and it was happening in the middle of the day, okay? And then a little bit after, we couldn't find another date for our neighborhood party. So we do this really fun thing. Our neighborhood, like 2 streets worth, we all try to get together in the summertime. We rent a big blow-up house that everybody, donates to. We bring food, we hang out, and it's fun. I do have a pool in my backyard, so sometimes the kids go swim in the pool, and we're kind of back and forth. It's fun, and it usually almost always happens in my driveway. So we hook up the big blow-up slide thing with water in our driveway and move all the cars out of the way, and everybody comes and has fun. The kids run to the back, swim, and anyway, it's a free-for-all. It's really fun. And the only day available for us to do this, just because of my travel schedule, was the Friday before the baby shower that I was throwing. Now, if you know me in real life, and I know some of you do, you will know that I love a good party, and I'm not afraid of throwing a good party, and there are parties at my house all summer long, sometimes without me knowing about it, okay? Just because the backyard is a free-for-all with teenagers. So it's really fun, and I love it. I love having people over. It's a really fun thing. A long time ago, I felt like I would do a really good job of making sure every party looked really perfect. I have given up on that. I'm just kind of like, is there food? Do people know when to come? We're good. Okay, that's it. Well, so I went shopping actually last night for this party, and I had to go to both Costco and the regular store, because you guys know how it is. Like, Costco doesn't have everything you need. Like, I needed just like 1 ketchup. I was not buying 3 ketchups, and 1 mustard. I wasn't buying 3 mustards. So I knew I had to do both. So I went to Costco and I had a list. And, I had signed up to bring 1 thing for the neighborhood party. So that's why in my head, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. It's no big deal. I'll just buy the 1 thing for the party. Well, I called the person who was in charge of the neighborhood party. And I just thought, I'm going to just check with her, make sure we're good. I'm here at Costco. And she said, not very many, like the 4 of us have signed up. She was like, this is going to be like last year. Lots of people are going to show up at the last second, and they'll bring food, but we just won't know what. And I was like, okay, so what do you need me to bring? And the list got longer and longer and longer, and which was fine. But it was just fascinating to me that I was like, okay, I really hadn't planned on really doing this one party, but I came away from Costco, and we'll just say that there was enough stuff in the cart, I could barely see over it, okay? And I was only gonna have 1 cart because I didn't have a kid with me to help do a second cart. So I bought enough stuff for 2 parties with lots and lots of families and people. And while at the time I was kind of like, okay, like I can barely push this cart and it's kind of a pain, but I know that we're gonna be covered for both parties. And then, I finished the Costco run and I went to the regular grocery store. In Utah, it's called Smith's. When I was I grew up in Tennessee, we'd go to Walmart, or we'd go to, where would we else we'd go? I feel like there's a Kroger's that we'd go to. And so anyway, so it was Smith's here. So I went to Smith's and I picked up like all the party prizes and all the one-off things. And that went really well. And then I came home, and it was kind of this long shopping trip. And I'm really excited because I don't have to go shopping again. I got it done all at one go. And yes, was it a pain? And yes, was it a little bit uncomfortable? Yes. But because I got all of it done at one go, the rest of this weekend is awesome. I feel like everything to do with the neighborhood party should go off without a hitch. I bought extra stuff for it, so it's no big deal. And actually, because I have this second party, anything that doesn't get used in the first one, because maybe people will bring extra stuff, will be in the second one. We're doing a barbecue for both. So I kind of like took care of both at the same time. All right, you're like, Carina, what does this have to do with design? Well, when I went to BYU, Idaho, and I taught there for a weekend, I went there as a guest lecturer, and I kind of sat down with the professors and talked to them about the things that we were doing in our program to help people make money. And, they're really interested. They're kind of teaching from my book and my philosophies there because they want their art department students to learn how to make money, right? Which I think is the way art departments should go. So I sat down with one of the professors and he said, I want to know what your feelings are about doubling up basically like the business and sales at the same time as design and teaching great design. Because at this time in the university culture, people only teach design, right? If you want to go learn about business, you go get an MBA. And I was like, Scott, I think you know how I feel about this. He was like, I think I know what the answer is, but I want to hear it anyway. And I said, it is absolutely doable. And furthermore, I think it makes for a better designer. And so that is what we've done in our Design Suite program. I talk a tiny bit about it in Design Boot Camp. So if you've ever come to a Design Boot Camp, you've maybe heard me talk about it. But one of the things that I really felt strongly about that I saw with myself, yes, did I go to design school? Yeah. And was it a secondary skill to learn how to do sales? Yes, it totally was. And it's a more updated thing that you have to be on top of, right? Sales is, especially on the internet, because everything's changing all the time, right? It doesn't matter what industry you're in. Like we're in our program alone, we're addressing AI right now, right? So like eventually you will see, when I say eventually, we have it on the books. In October, we're going to do a full conference to our Design Suite members just on AI because we want to make sure we're utilizing it and we're ahead of everybody else, right? And so what I really want you to hear is that doubling up learning design. So those of you who are brand new and scared of design or haven't been designing that much, doubling up that with the business skills is a totally it's a totally doable thing. Okay, that's really what I want to say. It's doable, but it feels a little bit like planning for two parties. Okay, like you're gonna go to Costco and get all the stuff for two parties and you're gonna barely be able to see over it because you're gonna be like, this feels like a lot. Because guess what? Learning Illustrator and learning how to run a shop, a platform well with SEO and tags and understand what customers want, that's a lot of stuff at the same time. Okay, so it's gonna feel like you are looking over the big Costco cart, and then you're gonna also have to run to another store. And it's gonna be a long shopping trip, okay? That's the way it feels when you get started in a program like mine when we kind of double up. But the reason it's so successful is because once that is done, especially in that first year, it's just done. And you know, and you have the expectations for what needs to come next. And so suddenly it gets very, very easy. One of the things I talk about with my designers is once you have a certain expectation for things, everything underneath becomes easier. It's a framework I think that everyone should live by. And that is the harder we do things, like the harder something is, actually the easier everything becomes. It's a very fascinating concept and I see it all the time. I definitely see it in my own life. When I do harder things, easier things underneath, it just feels easy. Like I'm just kind of like, let's just do this. Like I remember the first time I wrote a sales page and it felt hard. It felt so hard. And now I can build one in about 20 or 30 minutes. It's no big deal to me. Right? So the first time we do anything, the first time we learn software, the first time we learn how to design well, the first time we're understanding how to put together a digital preview, the first time we're building an SVG product and we don't understand where the guidelines are, it's gonna feel hard. We're peeking over that Costco shopping cart. But as we kind of make it through, it will feel easier and easier and easier. So I hope that you're hearing me because I think so many new designers are nervous They feel like, I can't learn Illustrator at the same time as making money. And I'm here to tell you, we have so many designers who get their first sale after only 8 or 12 weeks, and they literally didn't know Illustrator before, or they're just barely getting started with Illustrator. That is the power of this entire thing, that you can really layer those two things together and double dip in a way that we never did at university, and that I built into my own program because I saw one very, very important thing, and that is, if a designer can make a sale, a designer continues to feel motivated. And it's not necessarily money, you guys, because like you can make a sale and it's like 90 cents, right? It's not about the money. It's about knowing someone out there wanted to buy your stuff. And it wasn't your mom, and it wasn't your aunt, and it wasn't your best friend. Someone out there put cold, hard cash down to buy what you had. And that is powerful. That is motivating. It gives us a sense of identity. And so that's really what we're after. We're after money as the vehicle to keep us motivated. It also means that you have a design business, right? How many designers out there get a couple of sales over 2 years and nothing else happens? That's not a design business. So if we can create consistent sales with a designer, that's a design business, and it's pretty fun. All right, hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Hey, if you are here on the YouTube channel, please subscribe. We love having you here, and we want you to see all the new stuff we've got going on. If you're on the podcast, please leave us a review. It helps so much. It helps more people hear about all the good things that we're trying to do. Hey, and if you want to share it, I would be so grateful to you. Now there's so many ways you guys can share this, but if you can send the link to a friend that you know wants to become a designer, this is a free way to really understand some of the things that you need to do to get started, right? You can also share a link. You can share a screenshot on social media. We really appreciate that. And then, of course, you can leave a review. That's always helpful. Thanks so much. I hope you're enjoying the content, and I will see you guys soon.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.